Let's go ahead and get started. I want to get into some sparring ideas and a little bit of sophisticated footwork. It's going to take a little bit for some of us to think about to get a hang of, but all of you have been working really hard so far. We're going to have some fun with it. Nice strong front positions. Show respect. Step it out. Take a couple breaths. Get the body focused. Get the mind focused. And come on. All right. I'm going to pass it off right at the top here because it's Monday. I think we need to get some movement in before we get into some of our other ideas.
I think so too. Let's start off. Let's just get our blood flowing. Let's get our body working with some jumping jacks.
All right.
All right. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's do 30 today.
30 jumping jack. Let's do it.
Here we go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. All right. Let's keep that active movement. Let's get our legs warmed up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do one straight leg kick and then one knee. So we're going to go straight leg, no bend, and then just the knee. Straight knee. We're going to alternate both of those. So it's going to take a little bit of coordination and a little bit of focus in our brain. We're going to start all of these from our guard. Back leg, doesn't matter which leg you have in front, but we're using the back leg right now. And straight knee. Straight knee. Good. Straight leg, knee. Straight leg, knee. Good. Straight leg, knee. Straight leg, knee. Jump switch. Same thing on the other side. And straight leg, knee. 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 Good. Pass it right back over for another exercise.
Let's get some lunges in now.
Absolutely. Stand on those legs.
Let's do 20 total, so that'll be 10 on each leg.
And I'm going to throw it in since we're working on some sparring ideas here. I want you to put a cover up on the leg that's moving forward. On the leg that's the back leg, the arm that's the back leg, we're going to do a punch. So that every time we switch, we're switching which side's punching, which side's defending. Here we go. How many are we doing?
20 total, so 10 on each leg.
10 on each leg. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, keep those back straight. 3,
4,
5.
So, I'm going to let Miss Carrie set the rest of this. Here was the push-up challenge that I was trying to give you before we lost contact here. We were talking about our give one, take one that we use in our sparring. So here's your options and difficulty levels. 1, we're just going to go from our plank position. And I'm going to go up to my give one first, or my take one, punch back. Then I'm going to switch. Punch back. That's level 1. Level 2, you're going to do that into a push-up. So you're going to push up, protect, punch, protect, back. Push up, protect, punch, protect, back. So here we go. We're only going to do 10 of those. So 5 on each side. So make them as strong as you can. Go at the level that you can go at. Make sure your push-ups are still strong. You're still doing your protection and your attack as you move. Here we go. I'm going to do the full push-up with you. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come on back up. All right. Let's start moving into some of our sparring ideas here now. I want everybody to start in a fighting stance. And it doesn't matter what leg you put forward. One thing I'm always going to tell you, doesn't matter if you're doing your Kempo techniques, your forms, or your sparring, you have to bend your knees no matter what. That's what gives you your weight into the ground. It gives you your spring for your speed and your power. What I'd like you to experiment with today, though, is let that heel of the back foot come up. Once again, I'm not letting it lift me up here. If your legs are straight, no good. I'm still bent. That spring gives me movement forward and backwards. So all I'm going to do right now, I just want to work our jab cross. Some of you should know this really well. So you should be able to focus on a couple different things at once. Front foot, front arm. Still working on my give one, take one. And then back leg, back arm. There's my turn, my rotation as I step. Should be a step, step. And then we're going to go right back into our stance. So I'm going to go 1, 2, step back. 1, 2, step back. Here we go. And move. Move. Step, 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 step. Move. Step, 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 step. Move. Step, 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 step. Move. Move. Good. Move. Move. Good. Whichever leg you're on, switch it. Even though you might prefer one foot in front of the other as opposed to the other. I like having my left in front because my right's my power hand. I still want to work that other side so that I don't get stuck on one side and my opponent can start reading me. It also helps me balance out and make my stronger side stronger. So same thing on this side. We've got our step with the front leg, step with the back leg. Rotate those hips. Here we go. And move. 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 Make sure you're breathing. Move. 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 And move. Good. Let's get a little bit of kick in. I want to work some shuffle kicks today. So remember, our shuffle is whenever our stance closes and then it reopens again. If I'm moving in front of me, my back leg will start and my front leg will finish. And then the reverse, if I'm heading in reverse. Today, let's try a shuffle roundhouse kick. So the front leg is always going to be kicking in the shuffle. What I want to start with this is when this back leg comes up, that's going to set me up into the flamingo. So let's just shuffle into the flamingo first. So we have step flamingo, don't kick, and then reset. And step flamingo. You'll also see I'm doing something else with my back leg. I'm letting my pivot set up already. And back. Good. Shuffle flamingo and back. Shuffle flamingo and back. Now let's extend that kick. Shuffle, kick. Right back into the shuffle. Shuffle, kick, and back. Shuffle, kick, back. Shuffle, kick, back. Last one. Shuffle, kick. One more. We're going to turn this into a side kick now. The biggest difference when you do this shuffle side kick, watch my foot on the roundhouse. It's pointing back into the side. I don't want my foot over here for the side kick, or I'm going to end up jamming my toes. I want my foot to be right under my knee. And notice how it's past my center line, so that it can shoot straight out. So first, let's just do that shuffle again. So shuffle knee, foot under the knee. Check your knee. If it's back, move it under the knee. And then we're going to shuffle back. Shuffle knee and back. Shuffle flamingo and back. Shuffle flamingo and back. Try to lift up that knee as high as you can. Now let's extend the blade, the heel of the foot out after the flamingo. And shuffle, kick, back out. Shuffle, kick, back out. Shuffle, blade, back out. Shuffle, blade, back out. Shuffle, blade. Last one. Pow, back out. Good, switch those legs. Now we're back to the roundhouse. Want to build this from the flamingo first. Every time you lift up that flamingo for that roundhouse, imagine a TV tray. Could you balance that book up there? Could you balance a plate of food? If not, try to readjust it. Here we go. From our guard, back leg comes up, front leg flamingos, and then back down. No kicks yet. And shuffle flamingo. Back down from the side. Shuffle flamingo. Back down. I let my step turn my hips. Step, knee up. Step, turn the hips. Step, knee up. Good. Now let's add the kick to it. We've got shuffle roundhouse. Use that pivot. Use that flamingo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Side kick, and then we're going to move on. So remember that side kick. We're just going to do the flamingo. As you shuffle in, knee comes up. Remember again, foot below the knee this time. Pull the toes back, pull the foot back. And shuffle flamingo. Reset. 2. Reset. 3. Reset. 4. Last one. Bam. Now let's put in the kick. Let's launch that blade of the foot out. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Shake that out. So, what did we look at so far? We had our give one, take one, our jab cross combination. We also looked at some shuffle kicks. We put that with our roundhouse kick and our side kick. You could take that with your front kick. You could work that with your back kick. That shuffle works with every kick you might think of. You just have to remember that on the first shuffle, you're lining up your hips, and the second part of it, you're adding your kick and your extension. All right. So today, with all those ideas to make it a little bit more advanced, there is a type of footwork. We learn it at Purple Belt. So Orson and Astrid could probably tell you about it. It's called stepping up the circle. And they see it in their swinging pendulum technique. Orange belts, you also see it in 5 swords. When you reach your halfway point in the technique, we take that back leg and we step it up to the 45. So we're going to explore that idea of stepping around and how we can use that in our sparring ideas today, or our self-defense ideas. A lot of those can link up a little bit. So first, I just want to practice that step up the circle. Whichever leg is in the back. For this one, it's probably going to help you guys if you mirror us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to face the same direction as you, so we're all looking at the dojo mirrors right now. My right foot's in forward, my left foot's in back. When I say go, I want you to step up to that circle. So if you imagine the plus sign, we're facing the top part of the plus sign, the back part is behind us. Right and left go out from our arms. I don't want to hit completely to the side. I don't want completely back. I want right in between there. That's what we're going to visualize. Here we go. And 1, step, reset. That's all we're working on. 2, step, reset. See how fast you can make it. 3, boom. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, let's put that with a universal block. So how would I use that universal block? Right off of our purple idea, I've got my up the circle. And that takes me out of range of that kick. So all we're going to do with this one is we're just going to block in. We're just going to block. And then I'm going to let you all choose maybe 2 or 3 combinations you want to add after that. So you might, after we practice a couple times, go into your hammer like you do the technique. You might go in with the back fist into your jab cross. You might want to try your shuffle-in kick if we need a little distance. But first, let's just work on that block. So we got our neutral bow. Up the circle block, good. Reset. And move. My bottom arm is my back arm, my left arm. My top arm is my inward block. Reset. And go. Reset. And move. Boom. Reset. Move. Reset. Move. Boom. Reset. And move. So now it's your turn. I'm gonna make up a combination after that. I want you guys to put your own little defense combination. So I know, Enzo, you like kicks. Maybe you'll put in a roundhouse and a back kick. Orson and Astrid, you might do your technique and put in a hammer and a back fist and a palm. We can make up whatever you want. Here we go. We're gonna do it 5 more times for your own experiment. And move. And move. And move. And move. And move. All right. So now, let's take that same idea and let's switch our stance. Because if you're like me and you're right with your right hand, you're usually going to put your left foot in front. So, we're going to take that same movement. My left foot's in front, my right foot's in back. We're just going to step that little bit with that back foot up the circle. I'm not going the whole way to the side. It's a little far. I'm just going right up the circle. Now, let's do that 10 times, get balance, and then I want to look at how we start putting a hook punch if we're in close. So here we go. 1, reset. 2, reset. 3, reset. 4, reset. 5, make sure the hands are up. 6, boom, reset. 7, reset. 8, reset. 9, and 10. Good. So on this motion, whenever we take that step, the top, the front arm, that left arm is going to hook. And that circle is going to complement the circle that we're already using. Now, could I use a back fist with that circle? Absolutely. Could I make that a straight line, jabbing motion? Yes, you could. But I love those hook punches. And it's a good punch that we don't hit a whole lot. That it'll be nice to get a little bit of strength and a little bit more practice on it. So, as we step up the circle, let that elbow lift, hook, reset. Step, hook, reset. Step, hook, reset. Step, hook, reset. Last one. Now, once again, this is your own little creative time. Add what other strikes you want to add after it. You might start with your hook. That's the one we're starting with. And want to throw an uppercut because maybe we're still close. And another 2 shots. You might let that hook lead you into a side kick. These are all your own exploration after this first entry in our little drill here. So let's give that a try. I'm going to make up my own as we go as well. So we've got our left foot forward again. We've got up the circle. I'm going to give an uppercut and elbow. And move. And move. And move. And move. Good. Come on. All right. Feel like we need a little energy pick-me-up. So I'm going to pass it off to Miss Carrie. Let's get one more drill in it.
Let's do a little bit of a combination of our frog hops and our jumping jacks.
All right.
So we're going to go all the way down, but when you jump up, instead of going straight up, I want you guys to be doing like a star jump.
All right. Start jumping frog hops. Here we go.
Make your brains work. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 5 more. 13, 14, 15.
All right. That was a good one. I like that one. That one got my lungs working. So, one more idea off that step up the circle. And it was, side kick. So we're going to use that step around to line up that front leg for a straight kick. Now, I could potentially pull in that roundhouse kick, but I'm probably going to have to take another adjustment step to get a proper angle. So what I'm looking at in all 3 of these, we had the roundhouse kick, gives me the escape, and then I've got whatever I want to add to the end of that. I could do swinging pendulum, pop right out of my tempo. I could go all arms and get myself out, or, and so like his kicks, we'll get that head kick in there. I've got, if we're in close and we're already moving, I use my step up the circle to pull myself off, and that's when I get my hook. Let's look at that from another angle. So I have my pop, pop, and I pull myself off, and that could be high or that could be low. Now, let's put the feet into it. Same thing here. This could be a defensive or offensive move. You might be saying, what's the difference? Well, if I'm using it defensively, my opponent's striking in first and I'm counter-striking. I'm reacting. I'm going to put up a block or a parry, or evasion, or any combination of those, and strike back in. If I'm doing it offensively, I'm using it as a setup. I might be moving, and I get off the line and I tag. There's my up the circle maneuver. So on this one, I want to use my right leg on this one. So I'm going to put my right leg in front, and as I step up the circle, that opens up the center of the body from my straight line out. So we've practiced both sides. This is your choice. If you want to put right foot in front, you can put right foot in front. If you want to put left foot in front, you can put left foot in front. Here's what your brain has to work out, though. Letting that foot step up the circle. And up the circle. Here we go. So I've got up the circle, flamingo, kick, and out. And we'll add, just like we've been, whatever combos we want to put on the end of that, but just the kick for now. I've got up the circle, side kick. Again. Up the circle, side. And up the circle, side kick. Last one. Up the circle, side kick. Now let's put a little bit of motion in. If you want to add another kick, take your blade kick right into your back kick, or add some hands. This is your exploration. You're going to make it your own combo. I'm going to do a different one every time. I'm going to go kick, back, and I'm going to do one more. Front. Up the circle, kick. I'm going to go upper body this time. Up the circle. Last one. Kick. I just wanted to combo with that same like rapid fire. So there's a little bit of that up the circle movement. Very useful tool in our Kempo. It's classified as getting off the line. So a lot of times we say off the line. This means if Miss Carey's punching in, that's the line right there. I need to move my body away from that. How can I do that? At yellow belt, we learn stepping back, right? That gives me space, and that step pulled my center off the line. At orange and above, we learn to step in. We also learn push dragging right off of our kick techniques. One we can also do, though, is that up the circle. Look how close that makes me. And that gives me a really great angle. We call that an angle of sanctuary, because I'm out of a lot of those weapons are out of range and out of alignment for me. So real quick, before we get back up and we start moving again, I want to talk about the theme of the week. So theme of the week, we did recently, but I want to hit it again. It's an important word right now. That word is respect. So if you remember our definition of respect, it can be applied to people, to things, to other animals, to the environment around us, whether that's our room, our school. We're going to talk specifically about people today. It's a lot going on. Some of you may hear from it from your parents, from the news about protests, and that has to do with respecting people. So the easiest way to remember that is a lot of people call it the golden rule. Treat others like you want to be treated. So we should always think about that whenever we meet new people, no matter what they look like, how they talk, how they're dressed, that if I was a stranger and somebody was meeting me for the first time, I'd really appreciate it, and I do whenever they're kind to me and polite and helpful, and so that's what I do in return. That's how I give out to the world. So that's what I want everybody to keep in mind: respect. We're gonna touch more on that as the week goes on, but I see a lot of standing around, so I think we need to get that energy out. Raise your hand if it's hot where you're at right now. We've got a couple hands out there. Yep. Anybody sweating yet? No, nobody's sweating yet. That means we need to work a little bit harder. So first, let's get a little bit of a burnout. Let's get a burnout with our punches. I want you to keep your hands up, and we're going to keep our fighting stance, but we're going to go nonstop for 30 seconds. Watch my feet as I do this. I'm getting marriage of gravity every step I take. I'm also getting full range of motion. That means my hands are going the whole way out and they're coming the whole way back. This isn't the drill. This isn't the drill. The whole way forward. Now, I am cheating a little bit because I'm not hitting my full rotation, but I'm also putting steps to it to give it a little bit of marriage of gravity, and this is more for our exercise, our fast motion, and our endurance. Here we go. 30 seconds, and move. Blast it, do not stop, bring those arms the whole way back. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Good. Take a quick breath. We got 3 breaths. We got to do the other side. 2 and 3. All right. So the other leg's in front now. 30 seconds again. Do not stop. Do not give up. Here we go. And move. I'm still low. My knees are still bent. Halfway there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. If you're not sweating now, if you turned your camera off, you better not be cheating over there. Go through this whole thing. That ties back into our theme from last week, effort. Always try your best in everything you do. It's the only way you're going to get stronger. So now we just took our hands. Let's get back into those feet again. What were the 2 kicks we did? Roundhouse kick and side kick. We're going to partner those together now. So from here, we're going to do a front leg idea, and I'm going to use Miss Carey for an example. We're going to go right, we're going to lift our leg up, we're going to round, put it back down, side. So that's our drill right now. Roundhouse, side. 2 very different flamingos, so you got to pay attention. First flamingo, foot comes back. Second, foot's underneath. Here we go. I'm going to face the side for this one so you guys can see my flamingos go up. Front leg is kicking. Doesn't matter which one you use because we're going to mix it up. Here we go. 10 on each side. And 1. Round, side. 2. Round, side. 3. Round, side. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Boom. All right. We got the other leg now. Left leg's in front, or right leg if you had your left leg first. Still staying in that guard. Still working on my fighting stance. Even though I'm kicking, I do not want to drop those arms. I want to keep them up in front of me to protect the rest of my body while my legs are working. So once again, front leg, round, back down, side. I'm just bouncing for that split second in time. 10 times, here we go. 1, 2, round, side, nice Jalen, 3, 4, 5, halfway there, 6, each one as we go should be getting stronger, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Come on back up. Quick little stretch before we finish with our last little idea and movement for the day. Everybody reach up. Touch the side, touch the sky. So heels are pushing down to the ground. Fingertips are reaching as far as they can. Lower that now and reach out to the sides. Now take one step forward and rotate your arms. So my same side arm is over my front leg. Now, switch that rotation. See if you can. Now both arms forward. Bring your back foot up. Push your other foot back. Same side up front first. And switch those. Good. Now, take your front leg, straighten it out. So I'm making a straight line and I'm pulling my toes back. I'm going to bend my back leg, and as much as I can, I'm going to let my shoulders go down towards my leg. This is as far as I need to go to feel this stretch today. As soon as you feel it underneath the leg, you're at your point. If you can go further and reach down your arms, you might need to if you're more flexible. Great. Go ahead and switch. So we're going to go to the other leg straight. The leg we just straightened is going to bend. Try to touch that chest down to the knees. Good, up. All right, last little piece of class, we're gonna do a little interactive exchange here. So you guys are gonna have a little virtual sparring match with me. We're both gonna get in our guard, and I'm gonna give you a combination. You have to try to defend it. You can use your blocks, you can use your evasion, and as soon as I stop my attack, and you see me back into my fighting stance, it's all of your turn to do maybe a 3 to 5 moves. So no less than 3 moves, no more than 5 move combination on sensei. So here we go. Everybody, bow. Good. Get your fighting stance. Get ready for defense. So all of you are being defensive fighters right now. You're going to counter what I throw in, and then you're going to fire back. Oh. All right, I'm going to have to be sneakier on this one then. Remember, block them first, get your attack in, and then get yourself set again. All right, here I come. Give it back, now's your chance, fire. As soon as you see me stop, you fire some attacks in there.
Nice, guys.
All right, I got 3 more for you guys, here we go. Now's your chance to fire, get it back, there you go,
Nice, Nicole.
There you go, Bogdana.
Nice, Jalen.
All right, here I come again.
Max, try and block those kicks.
All right, fire it back. Last one, here I come. I'm giving you everything I got.
There you go.
All right, fire it back.
Nice.
Nice work. Good job, everybody. All right. Come on back up. Nice, strong front positions. So 2 quick announcements before we bow out. Just in case you were still planning on doing the belt right classes, we have one obviously today at 4. We usually see Orson and Astrid in it. We usually have them after these group classes. We're no longer doing those half an hour little belt classes. If you're not already scheduled for a private lesson, either virtual or in person, let mom or dad know to give us a call or shoot us an email so we can get you a time slot in there. Everybody else, awesome job. Those of you who keep the screen on all the time and are constantly moving, A+ effort for you. That's black belt mentality. Nice strong front positions. Everybody stay cool this week. It's gonna get warm. Drink lots of water. Remember, sweating is good for you, so get a little sweat this week outside of class. Show respect up front. Step out, couple big deep breaths. And up. Happy Monday, everybody.